In the previous video, we have seen one-to-many relationship as well as the some conversions and questions. Now we are going to see in man-to-many relationship in this video how to implement it. There are some steps, key points, and what is this junction object. We are going to see everything. So let's start from many-to-many relationship. What is it? So it's kind of relationship where multiple records of object A can associate with multiple records of object B and vice versa. For example, so the example, okay, here are some examples as also has given. So in this students and courses example, one student can enroll multiple courses, or absolutely yes. Can one course will be, will be enrolled by multiple students? Absolutely yes, which means it's a many-to-many relationship. One student can enroll the multiple courses, and one course can be enrolled by multiple students. In the employees and projects, the same. One employee can work on the multiple projects, and one project can have multiple employees. Fine. In the contacts and events, same situation. So there is a many-to-many relationship. So you cannot just create, lookup or a master detail relationship on one object. In both the cases, there are both the parents and as well as child also can become. So you need to create, you need to make them parent, both parent. So for that, you need to create one another object, right? So how we will see it? So how to implement this many-to-many relationship? It's very simple. For example, okay, using a junction object, that is you create the new object, you will give a proper name to that object, and you will create you know two relationship. It can be lookup as well, but preferred is MD. There is a no compulsion that you can, you create the empty relationship. But why you create the empty relationship, you will understand it later. Okay, I will explain it. Then junction object is simply a custom object having two empty relationship. That's fine. It is obviously a custom object. We have just given the junction object just because of that. It has two empty relationship, or you can say that two lookup relationship that target. That reference the two parent object. So this will look like this. We have the object A, we have the object B, and there is a object, junction object in between them. So for example, I'm in the currently, I'm currently in the job post management application. So you can say that this is the management application. So you should, there are hiring managers which are running this application. So they should know which job has posted on which application, right? So for example, there are two positions currently available in the organization, and now the manager wants to make a post of this position on employment website. So for example, we have the foundit and naukri.com. So they want to make a post, so this is currently we have, let's suppose, Salesforce developer. So manager wants to make a post of this position on these two websites. How he can make, how he can track? He needs a different object, right? He needs a custom object so that he can track this both, all the post, right? So we are going to create a job posting object, that is a junction object. That will be our junction object. You can see this here example. Let me show you. Here you can see we have the position, right? So position object, and we have the employment website that can be Naukri, Founded, anything. And there is a relation between that. So one position, I'm going to make a post for that one position on different websites, or maybe all websites, and vice versa. Like on naukri.com, there might be a lot of position job, post related to related to this all positions, right? So this is kind of man-to-man relationship, and in that relationship you will create the junction object, that is a junction object. So when you create the junction object, you will treat it as a child. Why? Because you are going to create the two empty relationship on this object, which will actually reference to this employee website as well as position position. When you will see the example properly, you will understand what I'm trying to say. So let's create this job posting object. Okay, for that you need to go to the setup, Now I have created the job posting object and tab as well. So if you haven't created the tab, you can create it. And I'm adding this, for, okay, I'm just showing. So I've just, let me show you. So I've added this tab as well, job posting. Let me bring it in middle so that we can, understand it better way. So we have the parent two, that is position one, and employment website two, websites, right? So here is a tab that we have created. That is the object new we have created. Let me open it. Okay, you can say that I haven't created anything. So, currently by default, Salesforce gives this much of fields that is created by job posting number. So I've given the job posting number and then owner and last modified file. So now it's time to create the MD relationship, right? So we are in the currently job posting object. This is child. Child means it has an parent, right? So these are the parents. Why we are selecting it, you will understand it after taking example. So just create the two master data relationship on this object. Okay, child means many, obviously. So okay, child means many, which means that I'll show you. So one, so this Salesforce developer position has many posts on this job post, many records in this object. Similarly, this for founded or Naukri.com has many records in this what do you call that objects. So it is nothing but the job posting is nothing but the it stores the records of job post for all job posts. So it can be duplicate. I mean, there might be 2 to 3 records for this Salesforce developer. So if you have uploaded or I mean created the post for two let's assume you have created the 2 posts for this Salesforce developer. So that will be visible here. So how? Let's go into the job posting, create the new master data relationship for first position. We want to create with the position as well as the employment website. Let's see. This is master detail. Let me click on the next. Now I will, okay, let it be reload. Now select the parent. I want to select first position where it is position, 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 position. Here you go. Select the position, click on the next. Then just click on the again next. Okay. It is a master data relationship, so you cannot set the, uh, you know, it is, you set the field level security as it is required. Click on the next, click on the next and save. Now, actually, we need to create one more. So click on the next. Now we have just created the master detail relationship with the position. Now we need to create with the employment website. You can see in the diagram as well. Okay, this is the position we have created with this. Now we need to create with this. And this is a child. You should know that we create the relationship on the relationship field on the child object. Fine. Go in the click on the new. I need master detail relationship with the employment website. Click on the next. Then again, select the parent. Okay, after selecting the parent employment website, click on the next. Let it be load. Okay, give the field name, then click on the next. So for master detail, you cannot set the field level security as it is required. Click on the next. You cannot also set the page layout and save. Now, you have created the two master detail relationship. Here you can see with the position and with the employment website on job posting, right? On job posting, this is a child. So you should understand one thing, that is position is a parent here and employment website is a parent. So which means one parent can have multiple child records in the job posting. That is, one position can have multiple records in the job posting, right? So how it can be? Let's see. Let's take an example. Let me refresh it hard. You know what? Now we have created both the relationship in the job posting. Now it's time to create the new record. Okay. When you click on the new, it will ask you for the position. Obviously, this is the required field, both the required field as it is a master data relationship. So click on the position, which, you know, which position do you want to create the post for? I want to create for Salesforce developer. So I will select the position. I want to create a post on founded as well as Naukri.com. So click on the save and next again. I will click again on the Salesforce developer and I want to post it on the naukri.com as well. So in this way, in this way, let me show this field on this way. Let me select fields. And what is this? The employment website, click on this and save. So in this way, you can see that I've created the post. Let me show again, wait a minute. I want to show as well, position as well. Select fields. You can say that position, and I want this up, up, up. Now save. So fine now. It is showing properly. You can see. So I've created the two posts. Okay, this is a job posting is nothing but the object, and here this records is nothing but the post, which tracks all the all the employment website position where it has uploaded or everything. So I've created the two posts for position for the position of Salesforce developer. One is for found it and one is for naukri.com. Now I will create one more position. For example, okay, let me show you the web developer and website is. Let's found it and save. Now what will happen? You've created, you made a parent position and employment website. Sorry, employment websites, right? So which means if you delete, if the parent gets deleted, its record should also have get deleted. For example, here the Salesforce developer, I want to delete this Salesforce developer position, right? I've it has done. Now I will delete this. Click on the delete. Now the post should also have been deleted, right? So click on the job posting. You can see all the job post gets deleted. So if you haven't created this, junction object, we are in the currently why this, why junction object, right? One reason, a relationship field or lookup or master stores only one record ID, right? You can say that here you can say that it only stores the one record ID, but here it was two. Like let me go back. Here I have just restored the Salesforce developer. So you can see here you can create, you need to create, these are the post. If you haven't created this junction object, so for this position, you need to create the multiple records here. So this is not feasible. So this is the first example. Then the second example is if a student, let's suppose if student A, let's suppose here it is the position. If position, okay, you need to understand from using this example. Okay, so we have, student has a lookup to course. Okay, I will explain it by here. Instead, okay, this will make you more complex. Let me explain here. So, if the job posting, this junction object would not had exist, then I would have created a multiple positions for a different posts, right? What if I would have deleted this? Let's suppose I would delete this, right? I would delete this. Let's suppose I would delete this. Its record also should get deleted, right? So get deleted. If this junction object should not be, would not had deleted, would not had be there, then instead deleting this records of the job posting, it would have deleted this naukri.com directly and found it also. So what it has affected, we have, this website has the job posting, post of different, different position as well. So it has also the post of web developer, so it would also has get deleted. So it would enter in the, you know uh, kind of hell, what you call that, recursion hell. It would delete, parent child and again child parent, because both are the parents in man-to-man relationship. So if one gets deleted, it will delete this. Then if it get deleted, it will delete all the post like this. I know this is a little bit complex to understand, but if you do little bit practice, you will understand why this junction object is needed. Fine. So we've seen how to create the junction object. Actually, junction object is nothing but the custom object, and I have just created the two MD relationship. You can create the lookup as well according to the situation, but most of the time, 95% time, you will be going to create MD relationship with the object A as well as object B. Fine. Steps to create: just create the custom junction object, create the master relationship to object A, create another master relationship to object B, like we have created the position and for the employment website, and we have given the name of for the junction object as a you know, job posting, right? Job posting is a perfect name. So we can track all the job post here. Fine. Go down. So here you can see that usually created using the master detail relationship. And here are the some key points. Okay, in junction objects, the junction object acts as a child of both the parent object. So that's what I'm saying. If I delete this job, it would delete all the, if I had delete this Salesforce developer, it has deleted all the job paste related to Salesforce developer. Let's suppose I would delete this, what is this, web developer and found it. If I delete this, found it website, let's suppose I have finished my contract with the found it in my organization, it would delete all the post record here from here. So that's what I'm saying. It acts as a child, which means this is a parent, this is parent, and this is child. Fine. Now next one is junction object can have its own custom field. So if you want to, add the cost, let's suppose this is a one post, right? This is one post record. And do you want to add the cost for this post, how much cost it has taken? You can add the field as well. So there is another restriction. As it is just a custom object, right? This is a junction object, but you can call it as a custom object as well. It is nothing but the custom object, right? Fine. Then the roll-up summary fields can be created on both the parents. So you can create the roll-up summary fields as well here, as well as here. So yeah, actually, it actually needs you. I'm not going to show you the example, but actually it needs you. Then why junction object? We've also this explained. I think I have given this why junction object answer here. You can read it, pause the video, and please understand it properly because this is very, very important. Why the junction object is needed. Okay, fine. So then we will be going to see the self relationship in the next video. It is very, very easy topic, and I'm gonna explain in very short because this is not a big topic. Fine, let's end this video.